we are set, ready to rock for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup, and these guys on your screen ready to rock as well. Some of the stars of today's game, and speaking of the game, let's get right to it. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. Taken from about the 12. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Rolling to his left, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to...
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he's got this one down to the 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
You know what? I'm changing my mind now. You can't prove innocence through that. But at the same time, you're proving innocence through proving a lie.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. And they try to catch him by surprise there on 3rd down, but this defense, they were all over the jet sweep.
And it's oftentimes all about what you're doing on the backside of the defense, whether it's the defensive end or the outside backer, who's setting the edge. And if they don't get blown off,
he'll be hit and taken down at the 21. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. They go play action with Wilson. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series you have to work hard to pick up first down, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. No No score after one on EA Sports.
Because he was there, and we don't know what happened in that room. You can never prove it.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Wilson. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Here's Wilson to throw. That's caught by Irvin. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
But that was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think...
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Throwing on 2nd and long. Marino. Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Touch 50, touch 50.
This song was requested by Seth.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Got a man, it's Michael Irvin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, Pollard. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 43 yards on the ground for him so far. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball, where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Yeah, Burger King's the worst. Burger King, I don't even know
Tony
how Burger King's in business.
A 3-yard
I've never gone to
touchdown
Burger King and
run.
thought, damn, that
And the
was good.
Cowboys
Every
will
time I'm
extend their
disgusted.
lead.
I'm like, what the fuck? I should have
So
never
the
gave Burger
toss
King another
play
chance.
effective,
Maybe it
even
was-
down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time, he had the speed to win that race.
Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. A fairly short kick from the 14, and he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they really won't have much time to work with, just 19 seconds showing on the clock. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. Complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Pulls it in at the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think they get back in.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Marino, he sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Kyle Pitts, 75 yards. And the Raiders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here, and our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken from about the 12. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
takes it across the 40-yard line. 62 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. They'll run on first down. Pollard. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Gets around him, and he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Cowboys on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Anderson on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Marino looking deep for Adams. He's got a man complete.
Nothing here.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Devontae Adams, 85 yards. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right this thing's not done. They'll look to throw. It's complete, and he'll get in as they're back within a score now. The lead's down to 7. So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 114 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. On 1st down, Pollard. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing now is Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To Adams, and he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Marino, and it's complete to Adams, and he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Marino to throw. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Taken from about the 12. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. On 3rd and short, Drake. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
First throw in overtime now for Marino. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. From the gun, it's Drake. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Marino's incompletion on first down leads to 2nd and 10. To throw is Marino. It's caught here by Adams. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now a draw play with Drake, and he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a first down.
We ought to come up with a t-shirt and sell it that says no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with converted. Marino will look to throw on first. Steps away to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll be left with just one remaining here in OT. On first and goal, Drake. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and
back,
a
baby.
game
Just
winner
come
in
back.
OT. So this one a victory for the Raiders. So that'll do it from here for Charles Davis and the rest of our crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com/Madden. Celebration time tonight on the Strip as we say so long from Las Vegas.